Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we are going to develop a web scraper to scrape reviews from the target website. This website here, as you can see, and I will show step by step how you can build this scraper. So first, I will start by showing the structure of this website here. You can search on Google for target and you will find, okay? If you don't find it, I will put the link in the description of this video, of this website. And here we have categories. Inside categories, we have clothing, shoes, and accessories. This will be the main category I will choose for the video. And then inside it, we have men's clothing, which is a subcategory. And inside men's clothing, I will click here to explore all. And here we can see the subcategories of this category, right? Men's clothing. We have a total of 21 as it's written here. And then we will go on each subcategory here and scrape the reviews from the products. First, let me go here on the tops to show you. Here you can see that the page is loading. It loads dynamically the products. So here we have 19,000 results, more than 19,000 actually. And then if you click here on the product to go to its page, you can see many information here. We have the number of reviews, the price, the size, and etc. What we want are the reviews. So we can click here to show all the reviews. And then here we have it. The title of the reviews, the number of stars, if the person recommends the product or not, the nickname of the person, the time it was posted, and the text. Also, if people found it helpful or not. And these are the data we want to scrape for each product. Basically, our scraper will go on each of these subcategories, and then for each subcategory, it will get the link of the first 200 products. You can scrape all the products of the subcategory, but for this video, I will scrape only up to 200 products for each subcategory. Some here will not have 200, will have less, but then we will scrape the maximum amount. And then for each product here, we will scrape data for up to 100 reviews. As you can see, not all of the products here will have 100 reviews. Like this one here has only 18, this 11, this 14. So I think for most products, our scraper will reach the maximum amount of reviews before reaching 100, okay? But there are some very popular products here that have much more than 100 reviews, like this one here with 5,000. With all that said, let's get started. I'm here on Visual Studio Code, and the first thing I will do here is to create a new virtual environment. So I will go here below and click to create a virtual environment, a venv, using this interpreter. Then I will wait until it's created. Okay, the process is over. Here we have our virtual environment. Now I will import some libraries. And if I try to run the code here, you will see that it will generate a problem because we don't have the libraries installed yet, like no module named request. I can write here plist to see what libraries we have. We don't have any library but the standard libraries because I created this environment now. We need to install the libraries. And for this, I will write here pip install and then the libraries separated by a space, so requests. And then I will also install Selenium. I think that's it for now. Let's click enter and then wait until the libraries are installed. All right, everything installed. Now I can, let me first import Selenium here. Then I can run the script and it will work without any errors. Here we have it. So as I said before, for this video, I will scrape men's clothing category. The first thing I will do is to get the link of all subcategories here. tops, bottoms, jeans, etc. I will try to send a request using the requests library to see if I can get all the links. And to do it, I have to find the CSS selector of each link. So I will open the developer tools here. And here inside elements, I will try to find a pattern that works for all the subcategories here. So I have already made some tests, and then I found that each subcategory here is inside this class. As you can see here, I won't spell it because it's a lot of letters. And then I can press Ctrl and F here to search by CSS selector to make sure it will work. And actually, this last part here I will delete. And now, as you can see here, we have 21 results. So as it's written here, actually, show all 21. We have 21 subcategories. Let me actually count it here just a second. Yeah, it's right. You can pause the video and count for yourself to make sure. But here we have, and as you can see, when we go to the next result, we go to the next subcategory here. You can hover on each one here, and you will see that we have a match for exactly all 21 subcategories. So I will already copy this CSS selector here and paste on Visual Studio Code. And let's start our test. And you can see that inside each class, if you open here also, we have the href here, the link of each subcategory. If you click here, you will see that it opened the subcategory tops. The same thing will happen if you open this another one here. Now we have the subcategory bottoms, okay? So we will get all the links by using this class here and then getting the attribute href inside this class, which is the link for each subcategory. First, I will get the link of this web page, and then I can send a request to this link. I write here response equals. You can see that I'm using AI, which helps me to code faster. And I made a video about this AI, which is Windsurf. You can watch this video on my channel. Also, this is a very helpful AI, which will save you a lot of time. So it gives me this suggestion and I will accept to send a request to the URL. But I also want to rotate user agents. So I will import a file here containing user agents. Here it is, user agents for desktop. So I will devise a logic to read this file and then get a random user agent. So I have the file path here and I open the file and load it to a dictionary because it's a JSON file which has the same structure as a Python dictionary. Then I create a list to append each user agent to this list here. And finally, I use the random library to choose a random user agent for the request. And here on request.get, I have to put the headers to send the request. Actually, I can do in this other way here, right? Headers here above, and then put here headers equals headers as the AI is suggesting. I will insert another print here, and I will insert a breakpoint and run in the debugger mode, right? Because it's better to visualize. Okay, here it's printing the user agent we are using for the request. And now here using the debug console, we can see the response. It was successful. We have a 200 response, so it worked. Now we need to see the HTML content. I can just type HTML here because we have it stored in this variable. It will be, let me do this first. Just wait a second. Let me close this watch here. You can see that we have a huge response. I can actually click to copy it here and then create a new HTML file, target response.html. Then I can paste it here and click to format the file. The document will take some time, and here it is. Let me close this. I will press Ctrl plus S to save the file, and we can start searching the subcategories here to see if all of them are contained in this HTML response. And to search inside this HTML file, we can just use class equals the name of the class. And here you can already see that we have only 6 results. So something is not right here. And this is because when we send the request to the page, not all of the subcategories load, only the first ones. As you can see here, in the page, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To show all 21 categories, we have to click on this button. So we will not be able to scrape the URLs of all the categories using requests. We will have to use Selenium. Another way I could use to check this HTML file is using Beautiful Soup. I will first import the library. AI will help me. Okay, so from BS4, I will import Beautiful Soup. BS4 is not installed, so I will use pip install Beautiful Soup 4 here in the PowerShell. Now we can use pip list again, and we can see that we have Beautiful Soup 4 here. There is no error anymore. And then we can create a soup object here using the HTML parser. Select all the elements which contain this class here, which are the subcategories. Now I will run again the script in the debugger mode. Okay, let's see the response first. It's 200. Now let's see the length of the subcategories. And you can see again that we have 6 as length instead of the total amount, which should be 21, right? And this is another way to verify if only using requests library is enough to get all the data you want. In this case, it's not. So now let's send a request using Selenium. I have this file here that I created, and I'm again reading the user agents from the JSON file, and then choosing a random one to send the request. Here we have the same URL, and now we have the Selenium part of this code. We have to create this options object here to set the user agent we want to use on the request. And here we do it using this method add argument. Here we have the user agent, and then we create the WebDriver here, which is basically a browser. Selenium will simulate a real browser. In this case, we are using Chrome, but we also could use Firefox or Edge or any other browser that Selenium has. So we set the options here to add the user agent, and then we use this point get method to send the request. And here I am maximizing the window also and putting a delay here to be able to see. Let's run the code now. And you can see that the browser will open on men's clothing page. Now it maximizes the page and it's working properly. Now what I want to do is to click on this button automatically, and then we will be able to get all the subcategories here. We can find and click on this button by having its CSS selector. So I will open the developer tools again here, and then I will use this CSS selector here. You can see it better here on Notepad. Basically, it's the button div, and inside it, we have the attribute data test equal to load more recommendations. So we are using this CSS selector. With that, I can use the WebDriver wait class here to wait for a specified amount of time until the button loads. And then after it loads, we can click on it. So use here WebDriver wait, the driver we are using, the time we want to wait. I recommend you to put 10 seconds. It's a good amount of time, but maybe your internet or your laptop are faster than mine, so you can test with less time, like 7 seconds, for example, or 5 seconds. For me, 10 seconds works well. And then we use this method here to wait until we can click on the element, which is the button. And inside it, we need to define the kind of locator we are using to find the element. Here it's by CSS selector. And here we have the path of the CSS selector that I said before. Now I will write here below, actually the AI will help me, to click on the button when the element is loaded. So we are waiting up to 10 seconds to see if the element will appear on the web page, the element with this specific CSS selector here. And then when it appears, we click on the button. Now let's run the code. Here it is, the web page is loading. It will maximize the window, and then let's see. Now it clicked automatically on the button, and we have all the subcategories here loaded. With that, now we have to use the CSS selector we found before to get all the subcategories. So I will write here subcategories. The AI will help me, I think. No, it's not gonna help me. So I will write driver dot, let me see, here it is, find elements by CSS selector. And now we are using the same one we have used it with requests before. And the AI is already printing the number of subcategories here. Actually, I will put a breakpoint here and let's run the code in the debug mode. It opens the web page, maximizes the window, click on the button. Let's see. Okay. And then now we are on the breakpoint. So I have this subcategories object here. I can scroll down and already see the length. We have 21 subcategories. And then I can use this method here, get attribute, to get the link we want from the subcategory. I have to put the index here. We have indexes from 0 to 20. I will copy it here and paste on, and actually, it's not working. It's returning none here. I can try the index one here and it also doesn't work. I will have to add an A here to the CSS selector, because if you go on the web page and look inside the class here, you can see that the href is nested in this A tag, okay? So I basically have to add this A here, and in this way, I will be able to get all subcategories here and use the method get attribute to get the href. So let's copy this code here. Now adding the A at the end of the CSS selector, and let's try again. And you can see that now it's working. I can test for the index 0 or any other index up to index 20. If I try 21, it's out of range. Now we have a list with all the 21 subcategories, and I will write a for to iterate over this list. So for subcategory in subcategories, the AI is helping me here. I will get the href, the URL. Let's copy this for loop here, see if it's working. Now I can go on the terminal here and you can see that it's printing all the links. Okay, this none here, I think I was doing some tests before. That's why it's printing none. Let me try this again. What's happening? Not sure. I will have to rerun the code. Okay, now I can put the for loop here again. And let's see the output here on the terminal. You can see that, just give me a second. Yeah, now I think it's better. You can see our links here, so it's working. I will write these links in a CSV file. I also want to get the name of each subcategory. And if you look here in the HTML, you can see that, let me open this and this. You can see that the name is here below. We have a text. I can basically get the text for each item in the subcategories list. For the index 0, for example, I put just dot text here, and then I get the text. Index 1, the same thing, up to the index 20. Now let's modify this for to also get each subcategory name. First, I will create a list for the subcategories. Then instead of printing, I will append to this list, and I will create another list for the names. And then I will also append to this list the text of each subcategory. Yeah, I can use a strip method here to ensure the names don't have any additional spaces. Now we have two lists and I want to write them in a CSV file. So I will comment here below to write the list to a CSV file, and the AI will help me. Let's see what we have. We have here output CSV. I will change to subcategories. Then we are using the CSV library. So I will click this bulb to add it to our code. Now it's already in our code. Then we use the CSV writer here to write in our file. First write the headers, name and link, and then iterate over the zip object of the two lists, the list of names and the list of subcategories, to write row by row. The first row of the list names will be the name of the first subcategory, and the first row of the list subcats will be the link of the first subcategory. So for each index, we will have the corresponding name and link for each subcategory. And we will have a CSV file with all the subcategories. So later we can read and iterate over this CSV file to scrape each subcategory. Now let's stop the code and run it again. Now without the debugger mode. Okay, we have the number of subcategories here, and probably the file is already created and it's here. So we have our two columns, name and link. We have a strange character here. This is because I didn't set the encode. So I will go here in the script and let's add the encode here. I think, let me see. Yeah, encoding UTF-8. Now I will run again the code. I don't have to delete the file because we are using the write mode, and each time it creates a new file, it erases everything it had to write. So let's see. The file is already here, but we still have the same problem. I don't know why. Let me think. No, actually, it was the old file. Now we have the new file here, and it's without that strange character, which was replacing this one here. And I don't remember its name, so our script is working properly. And we have the total of 22 lines. The first line are the headers, so we have 21 lines containing a subcategory. Then the next step is to read the CSV file and then go in each subcategory to scrape products data. For example, this jeans subcategory here. I will paste it in the browser, and then we are going to scrape up to 200 products and do this for every subcategory here, right? But this video is already too long, so I will do that in the second part. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching. Please comment below what you think about this project. If you have any questions, if this content was helpful for you, click on like and subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next video.